Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's happening? What's happening? Your boy Wildcard Mar in the building. It's I.O.W Sports Network, episode 365. Yes, 365. And hey, I know everybody's excited. Football is back in full swing. Obviously, we're in week 2 of college football. We'll recap some of the biggest headlines in college football. Got some things to discuss in the college football world for sure. All right. And then, of course, NFL is back. Opening week pretty much started Thursday. They had a Friday game. All right. Some Friday night lights in the NFL. It was in Brazil. I don't know why I say Brazil like I'm fancy or bougie. A lot of games on Sunday went down. And then, of course, we'll recap the finale of the opening weekend in NFL. We'll recap some Jets 49ers as they play Monday night football tonight. So before we get started, I just want to say this real quick. It sucks. This one sucks. We're losing Angel Reese for the rest of the season to a wrist injury. I loved her game. Part of being this resurgence of popularity in the WNBA. It's not just one person. Yeah, that was a jab to you, Clarkians. You Clarkians. That's I think what my man Tony Savant had called y'all, dubbed y'all, the Clarkians, as y'all fan base that just only ride or die for Caitlin Clark. But regardless, injuries, it sucks because now there's 2 rookies who weren't able to finish the season that I think are going to play a major part in some of the numbers that's going to affect the success and popularity of the WNBA. Early in the season, we lost Cameron Brink. That was a huge loss to the WNBA. I thought she was going to bring a certain amount of popularity and fanfare to the LA market for sure, because she plays for the market. She played in Stanford, so that's the a market that she is accustomed to. A lot of fans over in that market that I thought were going to support and watch her. Unfortunately, she played about maybe a month into the season and then lost her to an ACL injury. Only got maybe a few weeks left in the WNBA season. I know Angel Reese has primarily played majority of the season, but still, she's not finishing the season to a wrist injury. So there's a hit to the Chicago market. There's a hit to the Louisiana market where she played majority of her college career. There's a market in the DMV area getting hit. She's from Maryland. She played in Maryland before she went to LSU. So there's probably a market of fanfare that's probably going to dip because she's not playing. It's just the nature of the beast. But shout out to Angel Reese. She had a fantastic rookie season. Unfortunately, he's getting cut short. Hey, injuries are part of the game, y'all. It really is part of all sports. So shout out to Angel Reese for at least giving us some great moments in WNBA before she unfortunately had to sit down for the rest of the season. So, hey, it happens, man. It happens. Jamal Murray signs an extension with the Denver Nuggets. He's staying in Denver for the foreseeable future, and that's good for the Nuggets. It's good for him. He gets paid. No, hey. It never sucks. Get paid, right? Especially that kind of money that these NBA basketball players are receiving nowadays. They are getting money wazoo. They are getting paid. Big money, generational wealth. They are not hurting for any pennies. That is for sure. But I will say this, I thought that's the best market for Jamal Murray. I'm not hating on Jamal Murray, so don't take this, Jamal Murray fans, don't take this as a slight. Denver Nuggets fans do not take this as a slight. For some reason, Jamal Murray plays fantastic basketball next to Nikola Jokic. I'm just calling it what it is. And what my eyes tell me and what my eyes see when I see Jamal Murray play. He plays a lot better next to Nikola Jokic. Just saying. Just saying. I'm calling it like it is. I'm calling it like I see it. There's no hate involved. It's just that there are some moments in basketball where Jamal Murray is excellent at, and it happens to be next to Nikola Jokic. Take it as you want. I'm just calling it. All right. So it made total sense for Jamal Murray to stay in Denver. I just think that you take away that factor of not playing next to Nikola Jokic, hey, shit might look a little different. It might look a little different. It might look a little different when you are playing next to some other guys who are not named Nikola Jokic. So, hey, win-win for Jamal Murray and the Denver Nuggets. So let's get to it. As I, hit those couple of quick little other sports topics before we get knee deep into football, because y'all know once we get talking about football, man, it's a done deal, right? We ain't gonna be talking about too much more. So NFL, NCAA football recap week 2, man. Of course, the biggest news that happened in week 2 of NCAA football, the biggest upset in Northern Illinois history, NIU, the Wolfpack. So there are still schools who are the small schools, all right? It's supposed to be the warm-ups that are still getting paid big money to play these bigger schools. Did y'all know that Notre Dame had paid Northern Illinois $1.3 million to be their opponent this past weekend? Did you know that? And man, what that $1.3 million is going to, it boosts the Northern Illinois economy for that college campus. I'm not sure where that $1.3 million is actually going to go. That's not my business. That's not me for to investigate right now. Whatever they decide to do with that $1.3 million, regardless, they were handed a check. They said, Notre Dame said, here, come be our punching bag for week 2. But the only problem is that Northern Illinois, they took the money, they deposited, and they said, yeah, we ain't going to be your punching bag. They said, we are not going to be your punching bag. And this is so ironic because last week I was giving Marcus Williams a lot of praise. The head coach of Notre Dame came off a big win, went down to College Station, defeated the Texas A&M Aggies in dominating form, literally dominated that game. That defense was smothering. They got enough offense to make the points favor them in their respective way. And I just thought, I'm like, man, this Notre Dame team, this is something that we haven't seen before. Dominating defense. Offense is, going to come along. But I thought that Notre Dame was going to be on the up and up. And a week later, they turn around and boy, they shit the bed. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Ball and Buzz Sports and Entertainment. Yeah, that's hey, get paid to whoop that ass. That was a good check to go beat a team. So it was just crazy that I literally was just giving the head coach Marcus Williams in Notre Dame their props, and they a week later, after probably the biggest win in his coaching history with Notre Dame, turns around and has probably one of the biggest upsets in Notre Dame history. I mean, look, folks, this is just the name of the game. Some of these smaller schools, they ain't got nothing to play for. They have absolutely nothing to play for. They will gladly take your $1 million in checks to boost their college economy, and they will gladly put up the biggest fight against your football program any day. That's what Northern Illinois does. For those who watch a lot of college football, Northern Illinois has never been a punk ass school. I'm just gonna call it what it is. They ain't never been a punk ass school. They're not a big dog school in the names of divisions and conferences, but they ain't never no punks. All right. Anybody that know about the MAC football conference, they ain't never no punks. Any school in the MAC conference is no punk. All right. They literally fight for every inch. They have that certain attitude, that underdog attitude, where they come in and literally scared of nobody. And Northern Illinois proved it. And wow, what a big upset! What a huge upset! What else is going on in the college football world? Okay, let's just stop playing around. Let's just beat around the bush. Everybody knows that I am a huge primetime Deion Sanders fan. I've been a fan of him for a long time. So by factor, I am a fan of Colorado. All right. We just got to call it what it is. All right. Just got to call it what it is. They are not a good football team. They're just not. All right. I know Prime is trying to turn around the program. He inherited a 1-win team. His rookie season, he gets 4 wins. You know, I've said this before on other shows. I can support a team, support a guy as much as I can, but I will never jeopardize my integrity of keeping it real. All right. Prime, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the players are buying in. I don't know if they care. Now, let's call it what it is. All right. Primetime Deion Sanders is great. Ooh. So it's just popped into my head. All right. And I don't know if y'all gonna agree with this take or not. All right. I just gotta say this. Primetime is the Jerry Jones of the college football world. Are you following me where I'm going with this? Primetime Deion Sanders is the Jerry Jones of the college football world. Both are great at marketing. Jerry Jones is great at marketing the Dallas Cowboys, has turned him into a $1 billion revenue machine year in and year out. Clearly, they rake in $1 billion just being the Dallas Cowboys year in and year out, regardless of whether they win or lose. The win or lose factor does not matter, because regardless, the $1 billion is going to be funneled into the Dallas Cowboys no matter what. Look at Primetime's. Look at his part of this take that I'm getting at. He came in strong. I'm bringing in Louis. I'm bringing in Louis. You can't hack it. Get in the portal. He came in hot. All right. He was bringing all the celebrities was at Colorado. From whether it was TV personalities like Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith, the Boosie Badass. You got Bubba Dubs, who's the content creator on the sideline. You got the Baby, the rapper. You got people. Hell, he had Wu-Tang Clan Wu-Tang Clan ain't it? He had Wu-Tang Clan in Colorado last year. This year he got Big X the Plug down in Texas. So he's marketing his team to be a juggernaut. He's bringing in the quote-unquote best talent, the NIL. He has no problem with functioning with inside the NIL and the transfer portal rules. He uses the transfer portal ad nauseum. There's no issue with marketing Colorado. I mean, wasn't nobody thinking about Colorado for the last 20 years. He come in and within 2 years has generated revenue, generated money for their university, popularity for that university, social media presence gone up crazy, followers on the TikTok and the Instagram pages, followers. But where's the results? Where are the results? The same issues with Colorado that were there last year, we were thought that they were going to get changed. He recruited the offensive line, recruited the defensive line. Ain't much changed. Shedeur Sanders is still running for his life, hoping his head don't get knocked off. Defense can't stop nothing. Nebraska ran up and down on them boys. I mean, couldn't stop them. Can't block, can't stop. They are not a good team in the trenches. And it feels like I'm repeating myself because this is what I said about the Colorado Buffaloes last year. I want the best for primetime. I really do. But at some point in time, you got to start, winning. You can't just be a marketing genius. You can't just be a guy that brings in the popularity for the school. At some point, you got to start winning. You got outclassed in Nebraska. Last year, you barely beat them. It was part of that 4-game stretch where the nation was going crazy for Colorado. We were still, very aware of your flaws, but now how you still have the same flaws a year later? When you told us, you addressed it. You told us that, hey, I'm going to recruit the best left tackle in the nation. I'm going to recruit this guy on the defensive line. I'm recruiting that guy. I done got this guy on the offensive line and defensive line from the portal. They some dogs. Okay. Well, when they going to show up? So, hey, Prime, what's the problem? Are the players not buying in? Are the coaches lacking, including you? What's going on? Because you building a marketing hype train, but the production on the football field, which should be the number one priority, is not showing up. And this is coming from a big fan of yours. I'm going to keep it real with you, Prime. The team looks disjointed. They look like they not buying into any kind of system. I mean, if this carries on, Shedeur won't make it to the draft. Shedeur ain't going to make it to no first round because how they going to draft the guy that's going to continue to be on his backside and just keep throwing the ball away because they can't protect him. And it's not just the offensive line. There are times when Shedeur hangs on to the football too long. That's never good. That's never good. It's not just the team's fault. You can't separate Shedeur, Shiloh, or Travis and keep them separate from the rest of the team. There's some things that this team is just not good. This team is just not good. You got in the same issues from last year, and they have literally just all you did was change the number on the schedule. You went from 2023 to 2024, and you are getting pretty much the same result. But you told us in between off season, transfer portal, all these cats getting paid from this NIL, you were going to be better in the trenches. I ain't seen it. So Prime, what is it? You better figure it out. You look at your schedule, it does not get easy for Colorado. That Big 12 schedule is crazy. They're going to face the good teams that are not going to be afraid of them. Hell, y'all just went up against North Dakota State last week that should have won that game. And let's call a spade, should have won that game. You go up against a more complete team in Nebraska. Come on now. And Nebraska undressed you. They literally whooped your ass from the rooter to the tutor. Nebraska was the better team of player-wise, coaching-wise. You got out-coached, Brian. You got out-coached, you got outclassed in many ways in that game. It just wasn't pretty at all. Wasn't pretty at all. Travis Hunter will be drafted before Sanders, of course. I would. Any GM who wants to keep their damn job and draft Shedeur Sanders over Travis Hunter should be immediately fired. Immediately fired. You should be drug tested. You should be psychiatric evaluated. You need the whole checkup on your mental and physical being, because if you take Shedeur Sanders over Travis Hunter in any way, shape, or form, you should be fired and evaluated for all types of mental illnesses. Just saying. I'm just gonna call it what it is. Ant says, if Colorado have another bad season, do you think Deion will stay or leave? I'm at this point with Prime. As much as I love and respect you, I got a feeling Deion's gonna go wherever the money go. Just gotta call it what it is. There's a school willing to take the marketing genius that he is to help boost up the financial well-being of their campus, and they offer him $20 million. Well, that's egregious. That'd be crazy. If they offer him $12, $13 million to come be their head coach, he gone. Well, $13 million, he gone. Remember, he only got like a $5 million contract from Colorado. Somebody offered him 10, 12, 13 million, he gone. And guess what? He's going to do the same thing that he did in Colorado at that university. He's going to turn him into a marketing genius. But we still, as football fans and as Prime fans like myself, I'm still going to be waiting to see, are you going to be able to turn around a program on the football field where it's supposed to matter? This is why I'm calling Deion Sanders the Jerry Jones of the NCAA world. You can be a marketing genius, rejuvenate financial situations, bring in money, bring in popularity. That is fine. I need to see the production on the field. You are a head coach. You are in charge of turning around the program. You are in charge of adding more wins, not creating more losses for the university. That university has already been a loser for the last 10, 15 years. You need to turn them into winners. You ain't turned them into winners yet. You just went from very atrocious losers to just bad losers. That's the only thing you've done so far. But we getting this money though. Okay. You still ain't crap on the football field. You just got to call it what it is. So, I mean, I just can't. It just can't. So you gotta, Ron got to do better at the X's and O's part. You better either bring in the right assistant coaches, because if so, here's the thing, Prime, if he's not good at X's and O's, that's fine. Reason why I say that's fine is because as a head coach, you bring in a good offensive coordinator, you bring in a good defensive coordinator who are good at the X's and O's, and make sure that they are getting taught to the kids of the X's and O's from somebody. Somebody has to be proficient at X's and O's. Somebody has to be proficient at things. There are roles for each coaching staff. The head coach oversees everything. He doesn't have to be proficient at everything, but he damn sure better have somebody in the camp who is proficient at these jobs to get these guys to succeed on the football field. You can't continue to be the marketing and the money guy bringing in the popularity, and you ain't damn shit on the football field. You can't continue to do that. Because eventually what's going to happen is all your marketing voice and your genius is going to begin to become tone deaf. Eventually it's going to be tone deaf because people are going to be like, yo, bro, you keep talking about all this good stuff. Yeah, but you ain't winning. Eventually it'll eventually he'll get tuned out. So I mean, I'm just calling it what it is. I'm just gonna call it what it is. That's just the nature of what Colorado and Prime is right now. They are the Jerry Jones of the NFL, the NCAA world right now. They're bringing in popularity in Colorado. That is fine. Changing financial statuses for young men. Cats getting NIL money that they probably would have never got. Cats are getting, certain attention that they probably never would have got. That's cool, fine, whatever. But as the sports fan in me, you got to start winning, bro. And it don't look like it's happening no time soon. Y'all go take a look at Colorado's schedule. Tough. No, I'm gonna pull it up right now because I'm telling you, I went over it about a week ago, and I'm trying to tell y'all this little situation is not going to get any easier for Prime. It's not. It's not going to get any easier for him. It's not going to let up no time soon. It's going to get tougher. There's going to be some teams who are going to add to the loss column for them. They're going to whip the butt of Colorado. They are absolutely going to kick their derriere from the rooter to the tutor. I'm trying to tell you, it's going to get worse. So if you think it's bad now at 1-1, get ready. It's going to get worse. All right. Next up. This is who they got this weekend, Colorado State. Y'all remember them? Y'all remember how close Colorado State played them last year? Should have won that game. Let's call it what it is. Should have won, right? This time it ain't in Boulder. It's in Fort Collins. It's in Colorado State House. If you don't think that that coach Jay Norvell is gonna get them boys hyped up for this one, you crazy. Oh, he had this one circled. Because he's like, oh, we let you off the hook last year. Should have got you. All right. After that, you got Baylor. It's a winnable game for Colorado, but it's still a losable game for Colorado. Let's call it spade a spade. UCF after that. Winnable game for Colorado, still a losable game for Colorado. All right. Then you got Kansas State coming in. They are ranked 14th as of this moment. They might be ranked higher by the time that happens. That game happens in 3 weeks. Might not be. Either way, that is a good football team. I'm already calling that a loss for Colorado. And that's at home for Colorado. It don't even matter if it was in Colorado or Manhattan, Kansas. I'm rolling with Kansas State. All right. After that, they got Arizona, who is at as of this moment, they're ranked 20th. That game's in Arizona. That's a loss. All right. It's a loss. You got Cincinnati after that. Tough. Texas Tech after that. Tough. Utah as of this moment is ranked 12th. That's a tough ass game. Utah might roll them boys something heavy, something crazy. All right. After that, they got Kansas here in Kansas City. That's going to be a tough game. All right. Kansas, they just had their first loss to Illinois. They was ranked before that in the top 25. Still a good team. Oh, and then you finish the season with Oklahoma State, who as of this moment is ranked 13th in the country. That's a loss. All right, so I'm looking at another possible 4 to 5 losses for Colorado. It's not going to get easier for them on the football field. It's not going to get easier for them boys on the football field. Matter of fact, it's looking more glim. It's looking very dark. Looking very bad. Just call it what it is, y'all. It ain't looking too hot. Not at all. All right, let's talk some other college football. Texas. Woo! Them hook 'em horns. Boy, they look good. They look good. They went down in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and you talking about a undressing, a beat down. Mm. Michigan look a whole lot of different this year, don't they? Defense can't stop a nosebleed. Offense can't get the ball moving. Y'all sure they won the national championship last year? I know Harbaugh gone, but damn. Boy, they look so different. Oh, they can't run the ball. They can't stop nothing on defense. Texas did what they wanted. They walked into Ann Arbor, Michigan. They said, Wolverines, man, yeah, your house is our house now. Your house is our house. They kick their feet up in they lazy boy and put their muddy shoes all on the table. The coffee table got mud dripping on the coffee table. Michigan's old lady walked by. Texas said, man, smacked her on the ass. Said, hey, heifer, go get me a drink. Go get me a beer. Make me a sandwich. I'm talking about they did whatever the hell they wanted in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Just mistreated all the Michigan Wolverines. Oh, man, hurt their feelings. Y'all know that stadium holds about 100,000 people. They hold about 100,000 people. About 90% of it was from Michigan. They cleared that stadium out with the quickness. Said, get on. Get out. Our house. They undressed Michigan. Michigan in trouble. Now, with the way that Michigan just got undressed, the way that they just got undressed, I'm looking at you, Ryan Day, in Ohio State. I'm looking at you. You could be having the top 5 recruiting class. You be having the top recruiting class every year, year in and year out. And you've been losing to Michigan. Ain't been winning the Big Ten. Can't win no college football playoff games. Hey, man. My man Double JJ said it once before. This is y'all year. This is the year. Y'all better get right. Because the way that Michigan just got undressed and the way that they look, there should be no excuse on why Ohio State should not win the Big Ten. You are the better team athletically. You got the better recruits. Recruiting class is better. It's all in your favor. I'm telling you right now, if you do not, if you do not beat Michigan this year, I am going to tell you right now, all those Ohio State Buckeyes fans is going to be raising all kind of hell to get you, Ryan. They're gonna get you up out of there. I'm trying to tell you. Because you done lost 3 years in a row to Michigan, and that's one thing they don't tolerate. I'm telling you right now, Ohio State fans they wouldn't care if you lost every game. But you better not lose to Michigan. And if you continuously lose to Michigan, especially this year, the way that Michigan just looked, and if you can't beat that team, oh my God, they gon' what? Matter of fact, don't even bother packing up your shit. They'll do it for you. Just give them a shipping address and they get your stuff to you. Don't even bother packing up your stuff. Just go ahead, get the wife, get the kids up out of the house, get up in the car, make sure you got enough gas, and just drive. Find somewhere to stay and send somebody a shipping address because they gonna get you up out of there, dog. I'm telling you, if you don't win this year, come on now. Ryan Day, you up out of there. You're gonna be gone. You're gonna be gone. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, you right, Anthony. Texas said, our house, put the flag. Bam, right there. Right there. Say, this our career. Trying to tell you, Texas went in there with all intentions to be just to do something vicious, and they did it. Oh my God, they did it. They don't win this year. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, if they don't beat Michigan this year, boy, it's gonna be some a lot of slow singing and then flower bringing if that beating on Michigan alarm don't start ringing. I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna be some problems. The Ohio State fans are gonna lose their damn mind. They're gonna lose their damn mind. How the hell we ain't beat Michigan and they over here just getting railroaded at home? Texas is a good team. Yeah, they did. Hey, the straight booty juice. They was looking bad. But I mean, hey, let's give all credit to Texas though. Remember, they rode into Alabama last year, beat them on the road. They had a good season. They made the college football playoff. All right, won the Big 12. They did their thing last year. Quinn, hey, this how good. Let's give Quinn Ewers, their quarterback, their credit. Let's give him his credit. Let's give Steve Sarkisian his credit. You know, he's kind of bounced around USC. You know, studied under Saban at Bama. Landed in Texas A&M, and he's doing his thing. Just give him his credit. But Quinn Ewers, the quarterback, I got to give him his credit. We got to understand that Arch Manning is nipping at the butt, ready to play football. He's been at Texas for 2 years. You can't see the field. Arch Manning can't see the field. Let's put this in perspective, y'all. Arch Manning just saw, I think it was a week ago, just saw his first college football action, and it was in garbage time. Because Quinn Ewers said, hey, man, I'm fat and full, man. You can have the rest. You know, I'm trying to tell you, give Quinn Ewers his credit. The man is literally saying one of the highly most recruited quarterbacks in high school history, and Arch Manning can't see the field. Put that into perspective, y'all. Put it into perspective. Matter of fact, let's take it a step further. Ewers is going to be the first quarterback taken off the draft board next year. Forget the hype train of Shador. Forget any other quarterback in all of college football who think they're going to have I know Cam Ward is going to have some hype. There's going to be some other quarterbacks having hype. No. If I'm a general manager of an NFL team and we are in need of a quarterback, because it happens every year, there's going to be a franchise that's going to be in need of a quarterback. I'm looking at Quinn Ewers. I'm just telling like it is. The man goes to Alabama on the road last year, handles business. He goes to Michigan this year on the road again, handles business. He's going to handle his business in the SEC. We got to remember that these boys are in the SEC now. Texas is in the SEC now. They're not scared of nobody. Don't be surprised if Texas messes around and ends up back into the last Final Four like they did last year. I know the playoffs 12 teams now. I know it is, but I'm trying to tell you, the way that Texas has been playing over the last 2 years with Ewers, I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm just saying. I'm sold. Quinn Ewers is playing damn good football. Texas is playing damn good football. They scared of nobody. And all right. We'll revisit this come Thanksgiving, December, when that SEC championship game is set up, and Texas is one of those teams in the SEC championship game. More than likely, probably going to win it. I'm just saying. Obviously, you got to watch out for them big dogs in Georgia. I'm not scared of Alabama. Alabama was struggling with University of Southern Florida again. They struggled with them last year, and that was in Florida. And they struggled with University of Southern Florida again this year in Alabama. I ain't worried about Alabama. Alabama don't scare me no more. Big Bad Bama don't look so scary no more. LSU, you got Brian Kelly. That's enough said. Sorry, LSU fans. Brian Kelly is a joke. He has a top 5 recruiting class year in and year out, and he can't do not a damn thing with it. Tell me I'm lying, LSU fan. Okay. Yeah, tell me I'm lying. I ain't worried about LSU. I damn sure ain't worried about Oklahoma. They were struggling with Houston this past week. All right. Tennessee. Okay, I'll watch out for Tennessee. I'll watch out for old Rocky Top. I'll watch out for them. I ain't worried about Kentucky. I ain't worried about them. I'll probably look out for South Carolina just a smidgen, make sure they real or not, because South Carolina put a butt whooping on Kentucky. They did. Went down in Lexington and gave them the boot to get up out our house now. So, hey, and you better watch out for my Missouri Tigers too. Ooh. So there's a couple of teams that I think Texas got to worry about in the SEC. Georgia, my Missouri Tigers, and kind of keep a real glance on South Carolina, and you better watch out for Tennessee. So 3 teams. All right, 3 teams for sure. I would say gotta curtail this whole take right here. The SEC is gonna be tough with those 3 teams. The rest, I ain't worried about. Damn sure ain't worried about Vanderbilt. Damn sure ain't worried about that. Oh man, I know people gonna say Ole Miss. We see what happens with Ole Miss every year. They always shit the bed. They always do. Oregon was taken to the limits from Boise State, 37-34. I know it was a late night game because they always on the West Coast. Big Ten football late night, but no, Oregon's looking good. They had a dogfight with Boise State. Hey, Boise State ain't no punks now. Boise State ain't no punks. Let's get to some NFL. Just a quick recap. I'm just going to go over some scores. I'm not going to stay too long on some of these games because I got a top 5. I got a top 5 list that I need to get to. Obviously, open up the season with Ravens Chiefs. Hey, Chiefs look good. Ravens still are going to be a good football team. Here's the thing. We just got to call a spade a spade. There are plays that Lamar Jackson has to make. It looks like there was a miscommunication problem with him and Zay Flowers on that play. I'm talking about the play before that where he literally missed Isaiah Likely in the corner of that end zone wide open. Overthrew him. That throws like that you got to make for sure. Both of those teams are going to be in it towards the end of the football season. Let's just call it spade a spade. Packers, Eagles over in Brazil. I saw a take from J.J. Watt, which was profound to me. He says soccer fields are meant for speed and guys who are not, for soccer players. Soccer fields are meant for soccer players, not meant for big old behemoth guys with that much power playing on those fields. Because the field was horrendous for that game. All right. I get the NFL wants to make international money, go all over the world, try to make as much money as they can from the whole world. And I get that. I understand. It's a business. But you can't continue to put your players' health and safety at risk playing on those crappy-ass fields. Those fields are not meant for big behemoths with all that strength and torque to be playing on those fields. I mean, literally the first play, Saquon tries to make a cut and goes down. Slips. Thank God he didn't tear anything in his knee trying to make that cut, because that field is not meant for the torque and the power that he generates to hold him. It's just not. NFL, you do this year in and year out. You put safety of your own players who are the content. They create the content for you to get rich, Roger Goodell. They make the content for you, damn owners, to make money off the NFL. They are what people come to see. They do not come here to see Jerry Jones. They do not come here to see the general manager. They don't come here to see the coaches. We come to see the players play football. And if you continue to take that much lack in care of their health, eventually it's going to bite you in the butt. Let these stars who generate and help the bottom line go down. Let that go down. Let Mahomes go down. Let Lamar go down. Let Saquon go down. Let the big names who generate the money go down, because you don't give a damn about the actual condition of a football field when it's a soccer field, and you let these players get hurt. Jordan Love, trying to tell you, man, can't continue to do this, NFL. When this collective bargaining agreement expires, if you players don't get smart and start speaking up about this crap, it's going to continue to happen. It's going to continue to happen because as fans, we just want a good product. And for all accounts, after y'all didn't shred it up your damn field, the game was actually wasn't that bad between the Eagles and the Packers. Had a good game. I'm just saying, eventually at some point, you can't continue to just take money and revenue over these players' safety. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Sunday's action. Oh, man, the Bills. Man, the Bills struggled with them Cardinals. Cardinals, they are a crappy team, but they scrappy. I just got to call it what it is. And I'm just going to say it. How the hell do you not use Marvin Harrison? Use him. That's what you got him for. You got one of the better, you give him 3 targets. That's it. 3 targets? You gave Marvin Harrison Jr. 3 targets? You got to do better than that, Cardinals. I mean, you're not going to win a lot of games. So if you're not going to win, you might as well go out in fashion. And I as football fans, I want to see Marvin Harrison Jr. He's pretty much probably the only thing you got worth the damn watching. I like McBride as tight end, but I want to see Marvin Harrison Jr. I want to see Maserati Marr. Use him. Bills. I called it. The Bills are not going to be a good team, and here's why. Did you see what it took for the Bills to win? It took a Superman, literally Superman out-of-body experience for Josh Allen to win that game. Hurt his hand in the game. We don't know the status. He says he's fine. Okay, you can play it off as much as you want, but it took a literally Herculean Superman effort from Josh Allen to win. They are not going to be a good team. I called it, and that was proof. For what they want, I get it. But I'm talking about for the next 16 games, they are not going to be a good team. Because it's going to take a literally Herculean effort from Josh Allen to win. And they struggled with the Cardinals. We ain't talking about no playoff team. This is the Cardinals. All right? Patriots, Bengals. Boy. Bengals. I know y'all a slow starting team. Y'all do this every year, slow start. But damn it, I didn't expect y'all to just get offense just deep. Did y'all even come to the game? Huh? Hey, give credit to Gerard Mayo. Give credit to the Patriots defense. Boy, they did that damn thing. They did it. I just got to give it to them. All right? Just simple as that. Slow starts every year for the not Bengals. You got Kansas City. 0-2. 0-2. Get ready for it. Vikings, Giants. Ain't much to say. Give Sam Darnold his credit. I was kind of skeptical of Sam Darnold. Giants, man, that man looked like he was Joe Montana. Woo. It's one thing to be a bad football team. It's another to be a bad football team in bad uniforms. Those jerseys, those uniforms that you wore, Giants, I get it. You celebrating, what was it, 100 years? I don't give a damn. Take them shits off, burn them. Those shits was hideous. Oh, that was ugly. Oh, my God. Burn them. Burn them. Burn them. That was trash. That was trash. Titans, Bears. Woo! I've never seen a quarterback play so trash and win a game. I told y'all about Caleb Williams. He can't read defenses. But it's not just his fault. Bears, they didn't address that offensive line. They can't protect shit. But Will Levis, you can't give up football games like that doing dumb stuff. You can't do it. Can't do it. You can't do it. You gave up that game. You owe your rest of the team an apology. Your ass should have been in the locker room after that game and apologizing to all other 52 players in that locker room, coaches, staff, and the janitor. You should apologize to everybody because you gave up that game with some bad decisions and those bad turnovers late in the game. You did that. Apologize immediately. Saints, Panthers. Huh? Bryce Young, you better call somebody. You better call Tyrone. You better call somebody. Get the hell up out of Carolina. That is a bad franchise. And it showed. Y'all got your ass whooped. 47-10. Oh, my goodness. Saints said, boy, we better make an example out of y'all. Dog walk. Hey, Panthers might go 0-17. Yeah, I said it. They might go 0-17. Yep. They gonna go 0-17. I got a good feeling. They trash. Oh my goodness. Woo, they bad. Steelers Falcons. Man. For the Steelers to have such a quarterback controversy. Hey, they got more quarterback play than what the Falcons did. The Falcons are. Hey man, I need the number to Kirk Cousins' agent. He knows how to get some money. But Kirk Cousins, you mess around and you you look like Kirk Cousins. Yeah, that's just bad. That's just bad. Jaguars, Dolphins, man. Your boy Tyreek was looking like Akon before the game. They was trying to lock that boy up. He comes out, has a good game, 80-yard touchdown, wins the game. Jaguars, disappointing again. Let the game slip right in their hands. Texans, Colts. Hey, watch out for them Texans. They're gonna be in it. Texans are gonna be in it. They go. Hey, Texans gonna be there. Texans are gonna be there at the end of the season with the Chiefs. They're gonna be there. Raiders, Chargers. Omar, what happened to your Raiders, man? You let Jim Harbaugh get his re-debut win again? And the most thing y'all can do is get ejected and fight like some hooligans? Come on, man. What are we doing? Come on. What are we doing? Broncos, Seahawks. Bo Nix, all you Broncos fans, I'm talking to you, Hot Take Jake, talking about how Bo leave. Yeah, Bo was looking like some boo-boo. I know, he's a rookie, but he was looking like boo-boo. Got to tighten that up. Got to tighten it up. Cowboys and the Browns. Man, can we just go ahead and say this right now? Can we just go ahead and say this right now? Deshaun Watson is robbing y'all blind. Well, no. He ain't robbing y'all blind. He's doing it right in y'all faces. He's doing it right in y'all faces. He's robbing y'all. Because what y'all paying in that guaranteed money is not what y'all getting in performance back. Deshaun Watson is robbing y'all. Robbing y'all. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. Okay, here's where I was wrong at, y'all. Here's where I was wrong at. Baker Mayfield played some damn good football yesterday. Damn near flawless. I was wrong about Baker Mayfield. I thought he was a joke. And he's doing his thing. Commanders, yep, y'all still suck. Y'all still trash. Still trash. And Sunday Night Football, what a game we got. Went into overtime. Great game between the Lions and Rams. I was wrong about the Rams. I think they're going to be more competitive than I thought they were going to be, especially on the defensive side. Kind of slowed down for the most part, a high prolific offense in the Lions. Hey, that was a good game. Let's preview tonight's Jets and 49ers game. And to preview that, we got the big homie here. Big homie Nick Shine.
Here we go, yo. What's up, man? I'm fucking ready, bro. I am
What's
ready.
going on?
How you been, man?
Oh man, living life. You got your Jets taking on the 49ers. Now don't be mad at me. I did take the 49ers, but here's why I give the Jets credit. I think the Jets defense is going to keep you guys in the game. The only thing is the Jets defense doesn't score points. So I think that's the only edge that I gave 49ers. But I do believe that the Jets defense keeps them in the game. I just got my questions on offense, and mainly at the quarterback position. That's all.
I've never been more confident in an offense with the Jets in my entire life.
Really?
That's not bullshit. You add Tyron Smith, who statistically is the greatest pass blocking left tackle to ever walk the planet in terms of sack rate and win rate.
When he's healthy?
All right. Well, he's healthy tonight. What am I projecting an injury for tonight? Of course not.
No. I'm not projecting an injury. It's just that
Everybody, like, it's always if someone's healthy. If they're not healthy, they're not doing anything. But he's the greatest pass blocking left tackle in the history of football with his win rate and his sack percentage. We upgraded right tackle too with Morgan Moses. We brought in John Simpson. Vera Tucker's healthy. Baltimore always leads the league in rushing. We took 40% of their offensive line,
and it showed on Thursday. It did, right? We bring in Mike Williams, who's going to be on the pitch count tonight with coming back off the ACL, but I would use him third downs and red zone. I'm not going to waste him on first or second down. I don't care if they know when we're going to pass it. I would rather have him with that jump ball 50-50. Even some of his former quarterbacks have said it's 80-20 if you throw one up to him. That's how good he is with coming down with it. He's a mismatch. Looks like I lost Nick. I'll wait for him to come back. And Nick has a great point by Tyron Smith. But what my point was is that Tyron Smith, over the last 3-4 years, can't stay healthy. When you are consistently hurt, all those stats about being the best win rate on sacks and winning percentage in the trenches, it's all good and fine. But you got to stay on the field. So that was just only my points about Tyron Smith. Lost you, man. Right?
Yeah, I'm trying to drive down to Nick's house. I'm going to the kids to watch it. And I made a turn and I switched hands with the phone. And when you're on an iPhone, I know you don't know about this technology with iPhones, but if you swipe on the bottom, it changes the app that you were on. So it kicked out. Breece Hall is my pick for Offensive Player of the Year. You're looking at a guy who was second in the league last year with overall yardage, with the worst offensive line in football and the worst quarterback playing football. So I think you're going to see an elite all-around player from day one. I've been to 2 of the Jets practices. This offense is going to go through Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, and they'll sprinkle in other players. So it's going to be a heavy dose. It's going to be what Rodgers had with the Packers. It's going to be Aaron Jones and Devontae. And occasionally they'll hit a tight end or one of the other receivers. They'll have small roles, but Rodgers always feeds his dogs, and his dogs are going to be Wilson and Hall.
Yeah.
Defense.
That's fair.
I don't care about Hassan Reddick. I don't. Will he be a nice addition if he shows up? Yeah.
Of course.
But we don't need him to be elite. We got the best trio in the secondary. We got 2 guys who made All-Pro, Quincy Williams last year and C.J. Mosley, probably the smartest linebacker in football, in the middle. We got Quinnen Williams and company up front. And keep an eye on tonight for my sleeper star of the game, Javon Kinlaw. Everyone has been raving about Kinlaw. He's healthy, and he is moving people at a massive rate.
Wait, hold on. Is that former Javon Kinlaw of the 49ers is taking on his former team tonight?
Yes, sir.
Here's my matchup that I'm looking out for. Who's ever lined up against Trent Williams. Now, normally, I would say lining up against Trent Williams is bad for your health. You never win that one. But we're talking about a Trent Williams who just signed this Wednesday and missed all of training camp. He won't be in game shape. And they're expecting him to play all 60 minutes. I think that's a bad idea. I think that's not good for Trent and how great he is. I give him all the respect in the world. But he literally missed all of training camp. I'm pretty sure he probably was doing workouts at the house and all. That's fine. But that's different from being actually like getting your body for football game ready. I think that's totally different.
About mid-third quarter, when we start throwing Jermaine and Will McDonald and even maybe these undrafted guys, you're going to see why it sucks to be fat. He's going to tire out. I can relate. I'm not like arrogant. I've never seen a roster this good as a Jet fan. I've seen 3 AFC championship teams, but I'm telling you, I've never seen a roster this complete. You want to talk about, all right, our tight ends are weak. All right, Conklin isn't bad. Ruckert's an elite blocker. Rodgers always makes his tight ends better than they are. Go look at 2020, his MVP year. I forget the tight end. He's a no-name. But Rodgers was 52 of 59 throwing to him with 11 touchdowns. But that's unheard of, completion-wise. We get anything like 50 catches with double-digit touchdowns from Conklin at tight end, dude, we're going to be unbeatable. I want to see the team that can line up and beat this team when healthy. I really do. And I'm not shit talking. Like, I really, really love the roster that we've put together. I do. I find it hard to beat us. I do. We have speed. We have power. We have pass blockers. We have an elite quarterback. I'm looking forward to what this year brings, man. Every day when I pray that if there's any year that this team stayed healthy, let it be this year. And also, God, thank you for peanut butter. Those are my prayers every fucking day, dude.
I hear you. As a football fan, we just got to see it get put together. We just got to see it all come together and see if the production finally meets the expectations. That's the only thing that comes with the Jets is can we see it? Because consecutive 7-10 seasons. I hate to say it, I put Robert Salah on my hot seat list because
he is.
Yeah.
But I also flip it the other way, man. I think it's a miracle that he's won 14 games total the last 2 years with no offensive line and the worst quarterback play in football.
Hey,
to win 7 games a year, that should be a 2-win football team with the quarterback play that we had. That should be like Carolina Panthers quality of football. But
no, whoa. So no, don't go that far. Don't go that far. Carolina Panthers are business. They are business.
I'm drinking a little Colombian Quick Check coffee. Maybe I'm getting a little hyper, man. Maybe I gotta calm down a little bit.
Yeah, slow it down, bro.
I got out of work. I went right to Quick Check. I need a coffee.
Yeah, slow it down, bro. Like Carolina. I've seen some high school teams this year play better than what Carolina's doing. So don't go that far.
But I mean, to win 14 games in the league without the most important position is really impressive. How many teams don't win 7 games and they have their quarterback situation figured out? So, I want to see, and let's be real. I have 13-4. I have this as one of the 4. It's going to be a tough. I'm not writing it off like they're not a good team. Please don't think I'm saying that. But I'm gonna be real with you. I think they can do it. I don't think it's an upset if the Jets go in there and win tonight. I think the team is that good. But I have this as one of the 4. And, if we do lose, it's fucking week 1. If the Miami Dolphins have shown anything, it's that week 1 doesn't mean a fucking thing because they crash every year. If week 1 means anything, it's that the Buffalo Bills win week 1 a lot and they don't do anything with it in the playoffs. So
I don't think the Bills are a good team this year.
I don't either. I think Arizona was bad and they made them look really good yesterday.
I literally
and they didn't even use Harrison.
I literally just said that before you came on. I said y'all got Arizona looking like they're a crappy team, but y'all got them looking real good yesterday.
Yeah.
Because here's my thing. It literally took a Herculean Superman effort for Josh Allen to win that game. And
that's what they do, though, right? That's what they do.
No, he can't do that for 16 more games.
Whenever they don't have their offense going, they send everyone deep. They let him run, and then when you start to come back up, he's not a great passer. He's not. I know Sean Boyan will go nuts saying he is in the numbers, but when he's not throwing the ball well, they send everyone deep. They let him run. The linebackers creep up, and now they open up the holes, which allow the passing lanes to open up. That's what they do as an offense. And when they're not clicking, you saw it yesterday. It was the Josh running show opened up.
He literally had to be Superman and Hercules yesterday to win that game. I don't think they're a good team. If that's the effort it needs to win against a crappy team, then I feel bad for when you're going to go up against these good teams. They might beat the crap out of you. I'm just being real. Their defense is old and slow. Their offense, nothing scares me on the outside when it comes to the wide receivers. I like Keon Coleman, the rookie, but he's a bigger body. He's not fast. And they got a whole bunch of what's that? I call them travel agents, guys that's been traveling throughout the whole NFL as the rest of their wide receiver core. I mean, there's nothing. I like Cook, their running back, but he's not going to get the touches because it's got to be the Josh Allen show. I mean, I don't think they're going to be a good team.
I think they missed the playoffs.
Oh yeah, I don't have him making. I don't have him making.
And I think Miami misses the playoffs as well because from Thanksgiving on, they're at Green Bay on Thanksgiving night. FYI,
their schedule. No, their schedule back half is brutal.
Yeah, you look at Thanksgiving night on. It's at Green Bay. It's Jets twice, home and away. It's San Francisco at home. It's at Houston. It's at Cleveland. The Cleveland, the Jet game, and the Green Bay game are all going to be below 45, and we know what Tua can't do when it's that. So they're going to have another late season collapse where they go 1-5 down the end.
Yeah, I won't be surprised. It's going to be tough for them. So hey, there's your window, Jets fan. There's your window, Jets fans. Fucking dope. But man, anything else you want to talk about NFL wise? That's kind of that kind of jumped out to you from week one, man.
Ask that again. You broke up. I just went through like a little dead spot. Ask that again, please.
Anything that stood out to you, jumped out at you from week one?
Just that I'm coaching Pop Warner again, and you could tell Jake that I'll coach the Broncos to more wins in 8 games than Sean Payton will in 17. We're 2-0 already, so you can clip that and send that to him. Bo don't know football. That's another thing you can tell him. Every year, it's a new quarterback that they got to believe in, but maybe just the organization can't find a quarterback.
Or maybe it's the coach.
The Giants, the Panthers, and the Raiders should be looking at Quinn Ewers and Cam Ward tape already. I've said it for years. You know this. I could not give Bryce Young the keys to my organization. I could not make him the face of my football team. I could not give it to a 5'11 and a half guy. And I think they would be wise to cut ties at the end of the year with him. And you're going to have the number 1, number 2 pick. Cam Ward, to me, plays football like it's in slow motion to him. He's the Miami quarterback. He's so smooth. He's so poised out there. You can't teach that calm. That's just something you have. That's not something you develop. So, the Giants, they'll need a quarterback. The Daniel Jones experiment will be over. Devontae Adams, hey, man. Maybe we see you in a few weeks, bro. Maybe we come rescue you. You know what I mean? Maybe we find a 3-team deal and get someone to take Reddick. You get the draft picks. We get Devontae.
Hey, can we give Bryce Young okay? So me and you were correct. Me and you wouldn't taken him first overall. We would have went C.J. Stroud just based off of just physical abilities, not just the football skills. So I agree with you on there. But I'm not going to just body and bury Bryce Young. He's on a real trash football team from organization from top to bottom. He's
agree with you.
He has zero protection. The offensive line is absolutely putrid. The defense can't stop anybody. He has an old Adam Thielen to throw to. A slow draft pick that they got a wide receiver from South Carolina to throw to. They're just not a good football team. So, I know a lot of people aren't high on Bryce Young, and respectively so. But, hey, man, situations matter where you go to. He literally
100%.
got drafted to the wasteland of the NFL, and it's harming his career. It just is.
It's fair. Those are all fair takes that you drop. But I just don't see it. I never did. You're in Alabama. You're playing with all number 1 draft picks on your offense. You got Jameson Williams and others at wide receiver out there for you.
Of course.
Your life was easy. I haven't seen anything that this man does on a football field where I can say, yeah, that's somebody you build around. That's a guy who gets it.
Well, you won't see it in Carolina. You won't see it in Carolina.
No.
You won't see it in Carolina.
If I'm Carolina, if you decide to stay with them, what do? You sell off the first pick next year? Sure. Well, you can get big time money for that. If you decide to stay with them, the Giants or the Raiders, someone's going to pay big money to go up to number 1. But they're bad, man. They might be Lions, Browns, not winning a game bad.
Hey.
They're that bad, bro. They are that
Hey,
bad.
Nick.
And now Brown, their best
hate
player
you,
on the D line, just got injured. He's out. He might be out for the year with
Bro.
Brown, right?
Bro, I literally just said that 30 minutes
Did you?
ago. Yes. I said the Panthers are 0-17 written all over them.
They do. They do. Look in their division. They're not going to beat the Falcons. Maybe they get lucky with a Falcon game, you know?
And, you know, I mean, yeah, they catch Kurt being Kurt. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and they just, you know, Kurt's going to get blitzed like crazy. You know, he never had mobility.
Never.
But they were able to protect him, like you saw yesterday. And let's be real. Pittsburgh can always get to the quarterback. Pittsburgh, that's their strength, right? Their strength is we're going to get after the quarterback. Yeah. We don't even need our offense to show up. We'll punt on first down, and we're going to score on defense at some point.
We'll punt on first down.
They're better off with their defense out there. The defense gets more yardage than they do.
No. Hey, fair.
I'm not surprised that Jacksonville blew it. We haven't seen Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson put together a full game of football since they've been together.
They already paid them.
The play of the week, the momentum-changing play of the week was that Holland punch-out on ETN at the 1 yard line. Because
as he was going in.
Yeah, that would have been, what, 24-3?
Yeah. It literally changed the whole momentum of that game. It flipped. Yeah. It flipped the because literally the next play was the 80-yard bomb.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you look at, you know, it just goes to show how quick momentum can change in the NFL on one play. That was the biggest play of week one, in my opinion, because that changed the whole game. I was exhausted after my game. I went home and I crashed for about 2 hours before my show last night. I had to sleep. The Cowboy Brown game put me to bed very quickly.
You didn't miss much.
No.
You didn't miss much.
Deshaun Watson, it's crazy what we saw a couple years ago when they were up 24-0 against the Chiefs in a playoff game, and we thought this man was the next great quarterback in the NFL. And he looks lost every time he drops back with the ball. Like, there's not even like flashes of greatness. It looks like
he looks bad,
like Zach Wilson-ish. Like, he looks scared back there playing the position.
He looks bad.
He looks like he's playing against 11 feds. He looked nervous as hell.
Well, speaking of feds, and ESPN just dropped this at 4:56 Central, so 5:56 your time, Eastern Standard Time.
I know the time adjustment, bro. Go ahead.
It's a new civil lawsuit accuses Deshaun Watson of sexual assault and battery in October 2020 when he was in Texas. So that's a new lawsuit, civil suit that's just been dropped. So it gets worse for him. He has to deal with this crap, and he's playing like crap. I don't know what comes of this new accusation. But when he had 29 of them against him a couple of years ago, this doesn't look good. We'll just call it a spade.
Oh, man. And for an organization who did such a really good job of building the rest of their roster, making this move to get him was a mind-boggling, head-scratching move. Like, you know, we talked about it at length, you know, the three of us. We didn't get it. Why would you go after him knowing he was going to sit out, knowing that he was suspended? It didn't make any sense that the Browns, who were on the up, decided to, you know, move on from Baker and go with him. And Baker's been so much better than him.
I was about to say that. It now is compounded with the fact that Baker's been playing better football.
Very good.
I mean, literally, Baker has been over the last couple of years has managed to keep the turnovers down and put the touchdowns up. I mean, we just got to call it what it is.
I'm rooting for the guy because I thought, much like the Jets with Darnold, I thought both teams moved on before they finished building the product around them.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's a fair take.
You know, sometimes you got the right guy, but it's just the wrong environment. And, you know, you want to play a funny game? Go look at the 2020 New York Jets offensive roster, and like none of those guys are rosterable in the NFL, and they were starting in the league. There was a 39-year-old Frank Gore. You know, there was Robbie Anderson was like our number one, Denzel Mims, like guys who aren't even in the league right now and are young were starting on that team.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm rooting for Sam. I thought Sam yesterday, I was very happy for him. Even though you're not playing the Jets, you came back home where you were drafted to in the stadium you played in. I was happy for him, and I think that I hope he plays so well that he either gets a huge contract to be the quarterback there, or he gets it to go somewhere else. I'm rooting for him. He sang "Happy Birthday" to Sophia years ago during his rookie year. So, my family, me and the kids, will always root for Sam Darnold for giving her at 8 years old that incredible birthday moment.
Hey, so which one was worse? Which one was worse? The Giants uniform or the performance? Which one was worse?
Ooh, that's like saying, do you want to shit your pants in your car or do you want to shit your pants in church? Both are shitting your pants. Both are a horrible, horrible situation to be in, right? You don't want either to happen, but both are dookie explosions in your pants. I'll say the performance is worse because at least you can change the uniform next week, right?
Yeah,
you can't change that play. And that's another team though. I talked about this yesterday with one of my buddies. I don't think Brian Daboll deserves to get fired, but fans will call for his job. Yeah. But aside from Malik Neighbors and Thomas at left tackle, how many starters do they have? Singletary is a third down change of pace back. He's not a starting running back in the NFL. Your tight end retired. Wan'Dale Robinson's like a 4, and now he's thrusted into being a 2 because you don't have other weapons. I like Neighbors, but you're like the Jets in 2020. You don't have much offensive talent. You got 2 players, and that's not enough to win in the NFL. I'm going to double Neighbors, and I'm going to bracket over the middle and make you just swing it out to the side. I think 80% of his passes were like swing passes into the outside, and now you just tackle in the open field, and that's a wrap.
Yep. Yeah, Giants are bad.
That defensive line, though, I know the secondary is bad, but that defensive line with Dex, Thibodeau, and Burns, that'll win them a game or two that nobody expects them to win. They'll shock somebody. If that defense has the right matchups, that defensive line has some good matchups that they can exploit and be aggressive like they can be and get to the quarterbacks, that maybe if they play the Falcons and Kirk Cousins, they could fucking feast him into some mistakes.
True.
Shout out to Mel, fuck Kirk Cousins. Got to drop that for him. But I think you saw some teams yesterday that are flat out did not improve and maybe got worse in the offseason. Listen, it's week 1, right? Everyone's going to say, oh, it's an overreaction. It's week 1. But you can see bad football and bad football, right?
Yeah.
We all know the Bengals are going to get better. Chase didn't practice at all. Higgins was out. I don't think there's anybody in the NFL worried about the Bengals figuring it out. They've proven they've been to a Super Bowl. They've proven that they know what to do. That was just a team that hadn't played together, and there was rust and timing issues.
Yeah,
the Patriots are going to have to play games like that. The Patriots, did they win? Yeah. Was it a surprise? Yeah. Did it eliminate 20 people in my survivor pool out of 34? Yeah, I'm one of them. I thought that was the easy win of the week. But that's what the Patriots are going to have to do. They're gonna play field position. They're gonna play defense, and they're gonna try to force you into mistakes.
And they did that to Cincinnati. Exactly that.
I thought.
Here's what I learned.
Go ahead.
No, here's what I learned. And I know certain teams don't put emphasis on it, but this is why preseason matters.
And nobody cares about it anymore, dude. It's so weird.
Yeah, but they got to, because here's what I mean by that. There's a vast difference on how the Chiefs look, who play their starters in preseason, and a vast difference in the Ravens, who did have a good game, but that game should have been close. They did not work out their kinks of having Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson in the same backfield. That's what you use preseason for. That's the point of preseason, is to get acclimated with your guys. Same with Atlanta. They just didn't look good on offense. This is what you got to work out in preseason. You spent the money on Kurt. You thought you got the weapons with Bijan and Kyle and Drake and everybody else, and your offense was dead. This is the point of preseason matters, man. I think it matters.
It does, but it's the majority of teams right now. I was talking about it with my buddy Gunny, who is a Marine, and I was like, "This is the NFL views this. A lot of the teams view it as this is why you don't use real bullets out on when you're doing training, right?
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to have a guy go down during training." And they'd rather, if someone's going to go down, like no one wants to be ridiculed anymore that you put a player out there in the preseason and he got hurt. So they baby them and like, all right, we're going to lose them. We'll lose them 4 plays in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's been like a tidal wave of stupidity that's taken over for the teams. And I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not for it. I want to see a well-oiled machine get out there, and I'll be honest with you. You know me pretty well with my takes. Like, I don't ever root for an injury. I want to see everybody at their best. I want to beat the 49. I'm happy I.O.W. and Trent Williams came back. I want to beat them at their best.
Exactly.
But what I learned last year is that if you have a player with a calf or an Achilles strain, you better make sure they're ready to go, because Rodgers strained his calf in June, and the first time he had to really move, his Achilles snapped. So I hope the best for Christian McCaffrey, because knowing that he has a calf Achilles strain, and I hope for his sake they don't try to rush him, and he's okay, because that's one of the players that are exciting to watch, and the game is better when he's on the field. But knowing what I know about calf and Achilles strains, don't rush the man back, man, if he's not a full go, because that tendon will pop if it ain't right.
And not only that, when he tries to make those cuts, that puts strain on that, and that sucks, because you don't want to be without him, and I damn sure don't want him lost on my fantasy team. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, the only one I have him in is like a long-term keeper. You can keep 12 people, and I'm loaded. I got him, A-Chain, ETN, Justin Jefferson. I got Hurts at quarterback. I'm loaded in this keeper league. But I'm thinking about moving him.
Yeah, I don't blame you. He's already coming in tonight, questionable. But, yeah, man, always a pleasure to talk to you. I'm about to get up out of here. I'm going to drop my top 5 winners and losers real quick. So
give me your thoughts tonight. Let me ask you real quick before I'm 2 minutes from the kid's house anyway. So thank you for keeping me company on the car ride.
No, you're fine.
Give me your thoughts on the game tonight. Give me your take. How do you see the game coming out tonight? Let me hear from an outsider.
I went 21-17 Niners, but I won't be surprised if the Jets win this game, because the matchup of going against Trent Williams with no preseason, no any football activities besides working out at home scares me. The Christian McCaffrey calf strain scares me. I don't think the 49ers are coming in full tilt. I mean, even Brandon I.O.W. is not coming in with he comes in with no NFL activity for the last few months. So you talking about rust. This is a rusty team. They're not going to be damn near full go till probably midway through the third quarter. And by that time, it depends on how the Jets offense is looking. It might be too late for the 49ers to get in this game. I did win 49ers, but trust me, I did put a caveat on it. I think this is a game that is definitely winnable for the Jets. The Jets can win this game. The Jets can. But here's the thing. I don't want the narrative to seem like it was an upset. I just think that the Jets were probably just a better team.
I don't think it'd be an upset. I don't think it's an upset. I will tell you what I'm worried about. My biggest concern is, as great as our corners are at covering, let's be real, Sauce is an Olay tackler. He don't want to get down and dirty and make a tackle. He wants to cover. My biggest concern is you get to those 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 5s. I'm throwing quick passes to Debo, and I'm going to keep feeding Debo swing passes, quick passes, jet sweeps until the Jets show the ability to attack. That's how me as a coach, if I'm looking at the Jets and I got a bowling ball like Debo, I'm going to do that. And now what happens, right? Domino effect. You move your safeties out, and that's where you fake it, and that's when you hit Kittle and Ayuk. How do Kittle and Ayuk get wide open up the middle? Because they get Debo going on the perimeter, which opens up down the middle of the field and enables those guys to catch and run because the safeties are worried about Debo now rolling over corners. Yeah. So that's how I would attack it. I would feed Debo heavy and early to open up everyone else, which is what the Niners usually do, right? Debo always gets his touches early on because he's the facilitator of that offense.
No doubt. So, I love it.
I'm gonna go 23-20 Jets with a 58-yarder to win the game as time expires.
Nice. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down that way, man. It's just some things about the 49ers that I just kind of think they're just I don't think they're ready for a physical team like the Jets right now.
Nobody is. We're coming in rough this year, bro.
I mean, that's hard. It's hard when your offensive line. Well, I'm not saying so 49ers offensive line besides Trent Williams, I think is okay at best. You're coming in with your best offensive lineman, and he has no football activity for the last 3-4 months. So that doesn't bode well. That's a matchup that, if I was a coach, I would exploit. I know how good Trent Williams is, but I don't know how good a rushy Trent Williams is. Like, is he that good? So
and let's not forget, one of their, I think Tre'Davious Ward is their corner. He popped shit. He popped some shit about not knowing who Garrett Wilson was.
Oh yeah, Garrett's really good.
He gonna find out real quick.
Yeah, Garrett's really good.
He's gonna find out real quick because I think you could be looking at a Cooper Kupp type of night. I think he's gonna have a ton of catches. They're gonna feed him the ball, and you're gonna see that they're gonna be like, oh, now you know.
Hey, before you get up out of here, man, go ahead and plug all the necessary content you need to plug, my brother.
Quick Check Coffee, Colombian, fantastic. Proud MIJ fan. Sundays, Wednesdays at 9, Thursday at 10, and I'll try to get on here as much as I can. With work, I'm 5:30. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I got football, but whenever I can pop in with you, man, I will.
No doubt. Hey, man, there y'all go. Y'all make sure y'all support the homie Big Nick, proud New York Jets fans, man. All right, my brother.
Peace.
So there y'all have it. His prediction for Jets. Before I get up out of here, top 5 wildcard Mars winners and losers of NFL Week 1. Number 5, Chiefs fans are winners. Here's why. I mean, the team looks good. They look like they are really ready to compete for a 3-peat. And here's the loser of Week 5. All NFL fans. As much as I love my Kansas City Chiefs, that means we got to deal with more Taylor Swift. Damn it. I thought we were done with this shit last year. I don't give a damn. Swifties, come after me all you want. I don't give a damn. I don't want to see her little stinking face on the damn screen no more. Enough with the hoopla. She's just another fan. Treat her as such. All right? I don't need to know if she's going to be at the game. I don't care if she's going to be at the game. Stop making it a topic to talk about. Stop it. So I blame this on you, national media. All right? If she wants to be a fan of football, fine. Let her take in as much football as much as the regular NFL fans do. But I don't need to see her stinking ass face on TV every time Travis makes a good play. All right? That's all I'm saying. All right? Hey, man, help us out, dog. Help us out. Say, leave that bum. All right. Winner number 4 is the Bears defense and special teams. Yes. I mean, you just got to call it what it is. If the Bears defense and special teams do not do what they do in that game yesterday, they lose that game. And that brings me to my loser number 4. I told y'all about Caleb Williams. He was not good. Could not read the defense. Could not go through his progressions. Some of that I do blame on the management for not producing an offensive line worth the damn. Yes. But Caleb Williams is not that good that everybody else was trying to hype him up to be. I told y'all going into the season, he does not read defenses well, and I was proven correct in just week 1. It's going to be a long season. Will Caleb Williams have some good moments? Yes, because he does have some intangibles. It does make him a great football player, but it will not be all peaches and cream for Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears offense all season. They were non-existent in that game. They owe a lot to that special teams and that defense. Won them the game yesterday as Will Levis decides to just throw the game away. So, told y'all so. Winners. Number 3, Dak Prescott. Not only did he get paid handsomely before the game, he literally just took my take of Shedeur Sanders being the next Dallas Cowboys and burning it right in my face and laughed at me, which is fine. I'm not right on all my takes. It is what it is. But he got paid. And not only did he get paid, he got one of the richest contracts, the richest contract in NFL history. And he goes out and beats a good, yes, that is a good Browns defense. Okay. The numbers may not be crazy, but he did more than enough to show that he could do his thing. I get it. Numbers were not pretty. So give some credit to the Cleveland Browns defense for slowing him in the Cowboys offense down. But nothing beats than getting paid a big old contract and a W right after that. You can't beat that. Can't beat that. Number 3 loser is you Cowboys fans. Yes, I said it. Yes, Dak just got paid, but guess what? You still and look at that performance against a good defense. What do you think is going to happen when he goes up against good defenses in the NFC Championship game, divisional game, wild card game? You're going to be looking at yet another 19 of 32, 179 yard, and maybe 1 TD, very pedestrian type of performance. It's possible. So yes, he is a winner by getting paid, but you are the loser, Cowboys fans, because this is what you get to look forward to. A $60 million a year a man who's going to do nothing for you when it matters in the playoff time in particular. So you get to invest all your hard-earned money yet again, give it to Jerry just to say we might not even make it past the divisional round again. So you are the losers, Cowboys fans. Winner number 2 is the Pittsburgh Steelers because they did not need much from their offense, and they didn't get much from their offense in that game yesterday. I mean, whether it was Justin Fields or if it was Russell Wilson, I don't think it wouldn't have mattered. The offense did not produce much at all, but yet they still won because it's things that do matter for the Pittsburgh Steelers, which has always been about defense. And that defense, still, the T.J. Watt, Hightower, Cam Hayward, Minka Fitzpatrick did what Pittsburgh Steelers defense did, and that's show up, show out, and shut the opposing team's offense down. The losers, week 2, they are, unfortunately, the Atlanta Falcons because Kirk Cousins did Kirk Cousins things. Went up against an elite defense yesterday in the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he looked like Kirk Cousins. Exactly the guy who has been finessing the NFL, mainly the Vikings, and now has found another fool in the Atlanta Falcons and paying him a lot of money. Now, I get it. Wow, Kamar, you picked the Atlanta Falcons to be your sleeper team. I did. But I did not pick the Atlanta Falcons to be my sleeper team because of Kirk Cousins. I picked the Atlanta Falcons to be my sleeper team for other various reasons, not named Kirk Cousins. The fact of the moves that they made on defense, picking up Judon and Simmons, who paid dividends for that Falcons defense. The Falcons defense was not the issue yesterday. They were game. They just don't score. That's the job of the offense. And Kirk Cousins laid an egg yesterday. And let this be a buyer's beware warning for you Falcons fans. Let the Minnesota Vikings fans tell you, when the lights are the brightest, the stages are the biggest, Kirk is the smallest. And there was a small taste, small sliver example of that yesterday. Kirk Cousins laid an egg, a huge egg yesterday, was non-existent in that game. Bad turnovers, bad decision making. He's not mobile. And he's coming off an injury at 36, 37 years old. So you can't expect Kirk Cousins to be the fantasy guy that's giving you 4,500 passing yards quite yet. Will he get better? I believe he will get better. He just didn't look good yesterday. Winner number one, Saquon Barkley, the ultimate winner, because he got out of the New York Giants organization. You saw how putrid they looked, not only on the field, but in the uniforms. They looked hideous. But not only did he do that, he goes out in his debut in an Eagles uniform and balls out. Was a huge reason on why they won that game. Ran the ball like a madman. Caught a great 26-yard TD. Had to get 2 feet down. And that was a running back doing the toe drag swag. Saquon Barkley showed up and showed out in Brazil in his Eagles debut. And he did the damn thing. He was worth every penny that the Eagles have gave to him. And he proved that in just one game. The losers for week one is you Giants fans, not the Giants, the Giants fans in particular, because not only did you have to watch Saquon Barkley in an Eagles uniform, which is probably turning your stomachs inside out as we speak every time that you look at those highlights, but you saw him ball out. Knowing that you saw in the offseason of NFL Hard Knocks offseason that the Giants just refused to pay the man. They were cheapskates. They didn't feed you any story that Saquon didn't come back to them with an offer. No. The fact of the matter is the Giants should have never allowed Saquon Barkley to hit free agency, because it doesn't take a genius to understand that Daniel Jones without Saquon Barkley is just a highly paid $40 million a year backup who ain't worth the damn. We knew that. You don't need to be a genius to know that. I know that. Giants fans know that. Any other football fan that talks football knew that the Giants were not going to be worth their damn without Saquon, and Daniel Jones would be exactly what you have gotten yesterday. You better figure it out. Giants fans, I feel bad for you. I mourn for you. I empathize, sympathize for you, because at the end of the day, you have to watch your organization be cheap and not re-sign one of the better running backs in all of NFL. And you saw him shine in your rival's jersey. And just wait, it's going to get even worse when he goes against your team twice this year and probably has the same performance like he did against the Packers in Brazil and wears that defense out twice. He's going to put up big numbers against the Giants. Watch and believe that. And what makes it worse and compounding for you Giants fans is you have to be stuck with Daniel Jones at least for the foreseeable next 16 weeks. If I was you, I would find a way to convince my team to, hey, can we see what we got beyond Daniel Jones? Let's just call this a loss. Say the experiment didn't work. You can move on for him after this year. The first window of opportunity to get out of that contract with Daniel Jones, and you should take it. He's not good, especially when he's absent of such talent as Saquon Barkley. And by God, if you Giants fans, why have y'all not pitched a fit about that damn jersey combination for the 100th year? No. When they first came out and revealed that they were going to use those jerseys, you should have been the first people in line to say, hell no, do not do it. This is hideous. This is basura. This is garbage. And we will not continue to give other fans of the NFL a reason to call us the laughingstock of the league. We're already a bad team on the field. Do not make us look as hideous in those uniforms, just as bad as the team looked against the Minnesota Vikings. So Giants fans, unfortunately, you are the number one loser in this week one of the NFL. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it a wrap because I got to get back to being a dad, a husband, father, all that good jazz. I got to be a normal guy. Got to get ready for dinner and all that shit. So, hey, yes, I had talked about that earlier, and so that's bad news for Deshaun. Not good. Another allegation of sexual assault and all that good jazz doesn't help the fact that he had 25 plus of those civil suits a couple of years ago, and it doesn't help that he's playing like complete trash too. Doesn't help. A lot of teams compounding against Deshaun right now. Not good at all. We'll probably talk about that a little bit later on tonight. On the Late Night Owl Show, I'll recap the Jets 49ers game. And hey, appreciate y'all tapping in. Didn't expect to be this long. I was going to go by probably about an hour, but thanks to the big homie Nick Shine, he tapped in, helped preview the Jets 49ers game. And y'all make sure y'all tap in with him, proud NYJ fan, Jet fans. And of course, everything you need to know for I.O.W Sports Network is at the bottom of the screen. You want to tap in with me personally, going over to the Twitter page, AC Wildcard Mar. Hey, until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we are out of here. Go enjoy some Monday Night Football. See y'all later tonight on the Late Night Owl Show. Peace and love.